When the ship set off from a place that was once their home, there was probably never a thought of finding a place that would be called home again. Slaves and former slaves sat on decks where the sun had stolen all the dampness from their skin and left it dry. The sun beamed downwards to no end on the thick vegetation that separated the docking strip from the center of that would be called home. The shores were a welcome contrast compared to the prison that sat on the ocean. Sounds of shackles and feet thud against the floor of the ship as they came off, fortunate to leave the stench of blood, sweat, and foul body odors from days without being washed off behind to welcome this new home. Slaves came from Adelaide and migrated to other settlements like Gambia and Fox Hill. When you speak of Adelaide, you speak of history. History of that is still evident today. This is where the voices of past and present Adelaide merge effortlessly. The slaves decided to build a place of worship, and a church they did build. The church is built out of lime, sand, and rock. The community's first church was St. James Anglican Church, which was built in 1830. The church got its first priest in 1957, which was Father John Callahan. After the changes in priests over the years, the community came together and fixed up the scenery around the church. Villagers had to go back and forth with National Trust about adding a porch onto the church. A porch was needed because it couldn't host that many folks, especially when there is a community occasion such as funerals, christenings, and so forth. There is a bell in the church that plays a huge role in the community's function. The bell must only be rung in the event there is death, town meeting, or special functions. The church owns the burial ground. To be buried at the village's burial grounds, an individual must be from Adelaide, married to someone from the village, or a family member to someone from the community. The slaves participated in farming and building huts, so they would have a place to sleep. Adelaide villagers are the pioneers of that thatch roof. Even until today, young men from the village are still thatching. As time progressed, for the men to make a living in Adelaide, they had to go for pine trees to make coal. There would be a truck that came from uptown that would come to buy them for boutiques and shops uptown. While away at sea, thatching or extracting wood for coal, the women were left to tend household duties. Compared to today, cooking and cleaning was indeed a chore. There weren't any stoves, so they cooked in their yards. The skin of turbot was used as pot scrubbers. Coconut tree branches mashed together served as a broom. When the fishermen came with fish, it had to be eaten the same day. Matter of fact, any meat that came to the thatched homes had to be consumed the same day. For a refreshing drink after that delicious meal, they would have to have buried soda in the beach sand so it got cool enough to drink. Individuals from the village that wanted to go shopping or get anything from Nassau had to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning to reach by 1 p.m. to Nassau and to get back home by 5:30 p.m. Before the independence of the Bahamas, the UBP administration never visited the community of Adelaide. The administration did not provide the means to public light nor water. The UBP party told them water is in their yards and the sun is giving them light, Mrs. Bullitt remembered. The community of Adelaide was very grateful to the country's first prime minister with providing everything and bringing them out of those troubling times. Prior to the government school, the school was a room that was 4 by 4 at the church, so small that boys and girls went to school at separate times. Girls attended school first during the mornings, and the boys followed once the girls had left. Envision going to class in those days where young men and young ladies were kept in different classes. The community never forgot to thank God for what they had or didn't have.
And the hospital which was long from here straight down to the end of the road, all wood, and they had a room for every disease. Wow. That's where they had some of the slaves and they take sick. They had some place to take them. They couldn't go to town. So they built that. The RAF, them, they built that.
That's cotton flying.
That's according. Oh, don't tell me this stuff. Yeah, so all of that is part of our history. We used to walk there to see anyone that we could see. You know, they had awards for the Quaker locals. They have awards for this. They have awards for the nesting. You know, like different of those Africans were sick. And that's where they were. Pity we don't have a coffee or that. Someone come to shop it.